Welcome everybody to another episode. This is Talk IFA
and I am Talk IFA Tegunshe,
and you are listening to the greatest
podcast
on
the planet
Earth.
Let's
Talk IFA. What's good? Blessings, peace, and blessings to everybody that's listening. We want to thank all of y'all for everybody that's sharing this, that's subscribing, that's supporting. We appreciate and love you for all your support. We just want to say thank you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all. Positive comments. We love them.
Yeah. So today's topic.
So what we talking about?
The top 5 wrong reasons to come into African spirituality.
The top 5 wrong reasons to come into
African spirituality.
That's a deep one, man.
The reason this was one of the topics we came up with because a lot of times, people don't know what they don't know, and they may be seeking this now. It's popular, and it may be one of the wrong reasons. And this will help give you a shortcut to, if this is you right now, you can change, shift your way of thinking, and you can kind of cut some of the negative experiences out that that will happen to you by, not knowing this information, if you listen to it and apply it, because when you join or when you come seeking certain things for the wrong reasons, then you automatically are set up for failure.
Yeah. I think when people the whole thing with, I want to go and join. Like, to me, the way the whole thing is structured out when you go and join something, is like, you see how they took the word cult, like a cult is like considered to be a bad thing, or if you're part of a cult, it's like considered to be a bad thing. But cult just comes from the word culture. It's something that you're just living, and I think people get misconstrued when they, let's look at it like this. What are the reasons why a lot of people start off coming to a priest? And I know I get a lot of clients like this. It's like they coming in there, they're coming into this looking like for something. They want to get some work to obtain something. You know what I mean? But it's never towards just learning and living.
Yeah, that's the point that we're getting to.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, but
that should be part of your whatever reason you coming for. That should be the main part of it.
Yeah, it's bigger than just, I got to get some work to get out of something or get out of some trouble.
So let's go into it. Number 1, shielding yourself from criminal activity, or also the people that, including, our brothers, or sisters that's calling from jail and prison, and they just want to get some work done to get out, but they want work done to help them continue to do criminal activity. So, you know what I'm saying? That's one that road is not going to end well. Like, IFA or the Orisha, they'll help you out, but it depends on your character and where you're trying to go with things. Because if you continue to do, because that's not what you were destined to do, right? That you on the negative side of your destiny. So if you continue to do those things, it's going to be negative consequences because of those choices.
And what are you praying for? When you're in that situation, I deal with a lot of people that are in jail, and you know, it's like, what are you praying for when you're in there? It's more like when you in there for a reason too. You're locked up in jail for a reason, and you're there to learn a lesson, and you're there to think. Like you're not there just to figure out, because you got in there for a reason, right? And so what are you thinking? Are you just thinking about jumping right out and getting out, or are you saying to yourself, I want to change my lifestyle, so I'm gonna sit here for a minute and get my head clear. At the same time, I'm gonna be getting my work done, because a lot of times, you know, you do a lot of work for people in jail. We have to do it ourselves as priests without them being there sometimes, right? So I tell my clients, you know, first you're there to learn a lesson. You're there to sit where you at, to think clearly. This is the best time to make your oaths that when you get out, you're going to do something different, and you're not going to go back to the same thing that you got in there for. Yeah. You know, it's like, you got to think, sometimes being an Ile Ogun may be a good thing for you. You know, because you need to learn your lesson. Ile Ogun is a house of lessons. A lot of, you know, I know some people are wrongly accused, but some people were there because for various reasons. You got people in there that's locked up and they didn't even commit the crime. Yeah. They was just...
People locked up because they can't afford to get out. That's a whole nother issue. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, so when you're out, like, you can't come to IFA just getting work done just because you want to just get out the situation. Yeah. You know. Right. You are making amends for the wrong that you've done as well. It's not you're the eyeball that you're making. In
some cases,
yeah, the eyeball that you're making is you owe that because of the things you've done that get you in there. Yeah, you gotta pay. So you gotta sit for a minute
and for people that are innocent that are in there, that's because, you know, there was a certain a sacrifice or rituals. There was something that wasn't done. Right. That
on their way when they wasn't were born.
Able to, so
when they were born,
it couldn't prevent you from something that could have prevented, you know, you from being in a situation where you are doing time, and you know you really didn't do it. Right. You know, that's spiritual as well. You know. Yeah. But so yeah, that's basically number one, because we get deal with a lot of people. So it's good to reach out, but just try to think about and understand, like, okay, what am I ready to do? Like, if I'm ready to really try to turn this around, you know, do something different, think different, elevate, whatever, you gotta be ready to, you know, commit to that, you know, to a lifestyle change and not just a quick fix. That's what we're trying to say. I mean, it might help you out some, but
the work the priests are doing for you on the outside is also to help you to change your way of thinking and your behavior. Those are the things we pray for those that are locked up and they're on their way out. We said we pray, if you know, Ifa or whoever, those Orisha that we, you know, to help elevate their Ori so that they, when they come out, they're able to do something different and not go back
make better decisions and think different and
go
move
back to
different.
The same thing.
And you know,
it's just that, you know, not just to get them out and to go back in and then keep charging them. Yeah.
Because we're more interested in seeing your progress and your growth than to just keep, you know, taking your money, doing readings and doing sacrifices and doing this and that.
It's got to mean something. Right. You know, it has to mean something. And that means something is when you are released, you come back into society and, you know, you give back by doing the works in the community to elevate the community, you know, and coming into African spirituality is a good way to learn how to Africanize your community, because that's the mission you should be on.
Mm-hmm.
You sit in the jail and you're learning all of this IFA stuff. You calling and calling, you're getting answers, asking questions. And when you step out of the jail, you should have a wealth of knowledge and understanding on how you're going to make your next step.
Yeah.
And it should be something positive for your community and for your nation. You know, we got to get back to the reparations of what this is and why, you know, when you get out of these great and you do all of these great air balls, what is it for? What it is, it's not just it's helping you to get out and all of that, but however, it's also to change your mindset.
Right.
It's to change your mindset, behavior.
Mm-hmm. The character. Your character.
That's what IFA is about. We want to see you grow and change. We want to see, and that starts with your behavior. It starts with your character.
Yeah.
You know? So your air balls ain't just to get you out of the situation.
Yeah.
It's also to help change your mindset.
Yeah. Behind that, sustainability. Mm-hmm. It's a comprehensive, you know, process, and the solution is it take patience, it take courage, it take time. So, you know, because the quick fix is, you know, it don't work that way. You know what I mean? It might work temporarily, but it's not you know, it's like a little Band-Aid. Yeah. When you might need, you know, spiritual surgery. You put a Band-Aid, you know, on there. So it might make you feel better for a little bit, but you're going to be back in that same situation soon. Mm-hmm. If you don't change the EY, the character, you know. And, you know, cultural ways of doing things help to change your EY too. Mm-hmm. Like, just like Idobalaying, you know, to your, when you go and Dobale to your ancestor shrine in the morning, you know, Dobale to your parents, Dobale to your uncle, Dobale to that elder that you're going to see today, or elders that you're going to see. You know, salute them. There's nothing wrong with bowing before your elders. You know, those types of cultural practices help to change or mold your behavior and character, because you're learning to humble yourself. Mm-hmm. See, our people don't like to humble ourselves. Yeah, we like to say, oh, you know, we you know, stand even with the elders. Yeah. You know, we don't ikunle, get on one knee when you're talking to your elders. All of those cultural type things, those are things that help to change your behavior as well. Mm-hmm. Dobale, the greetings, alafia, karo, more karo, ejire, more duduwa, more luabi.
Yeah, the language itself helps to change your behavior and character when you speak it more. So these are the things I like to see my people that are in jail come out, and they know a little something. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
And, we need to help make sure that happens. We need to put something together for that.
Mm-hmm. But don't come into this Yoruba African spirituality thinking that, you know, this is going to shield you from your criminal activity. Yeah. You know, this is not, you know, it wasn't put here for that. It wasn't, you know, what's the ultimate, what are you looking to do when you come? Because you're making you know, African spirituality, a lot of people don't understand is based on oaths. Even when you making an eba or something, you also making an oath. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You making an oath. It's like, you can't think, you know, you can't go rob the bank and then run to the local juju man. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
I said, you could do it, but
you could do it.
It's not going anywhere. At some point the game gonna run out. You might get through for a minute. You might get by there, give you chances, and then, you know,
Yeah.
They give you enough rope to hang yourself, and when you do, it's unforgiving. It's going down.
Yeah,
You had that decision to make.
Yeah,
This
is not going to Ogun. You can't go to do a crime and break the law, and then go to an Ogun priest and say, "I'll pay you $5,000 if you give Ogun a dog for me."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And you just broke the rules. You know what I mean? And the laws. It's like Ogun may help you out a little bit for appeasing them, but let's say you got caught on camera and they know it's you, and then you run to the juju bank and say, "Get me out." They know it was me that robbed the bank.
Right.
Could you do a dog to Ogun to get me off? It's not gonna work like that. You're gonna have to do some time because you got caught. Right? They coming, they looking for you. They know who they looking for. So you can give Ogun that dog and do all the prayers to get off, but you're gonna do some time. And the sacrifice to Ogun, it'll help. It may help, where you don't get as much time as you think.
Oh yeah, it's gonna help.
You know what I mean?
And in different way, but you might not, like you said, you might not magically get off. Ogun might protect you from being, killed or seriously injured, or just help watch over you while you in there, in that environment.
Yeah. But you're gonna do some time because you got caught. Like, you can't think you're gonna go to Ogun and you do a dog to Ogun and Ogun gonna let you off. No, they got your picture on screen.
Yeah.
You can't get a charm and think you're gonna magically disappear and they ain't gonna see you.
That's not gonna work.
It's gonna work.
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna work. I don't think it works like that.
I mean, that our ancestors had that spiritual technology, but it's not like people out here running around with it where we at.
Yeah. We can get it, but you don't want to get it now, boy, because go crazy if you get that. Like the bulletproof, you heard of the bulletproof, you can drink the liquid.
Listen,
and you bulletproof. That stuff is real.
We need all of that over here.
It's real, but we don't need it for the wrong reason. What reasons do we need it for?
Right.
To do something dumb with it? I wouldn't do it. If I'm a drink that and I know ain't no bullets gonna hit me, I'm going for my reprobation.
So look, y'all, number 2. So number 1 was shielding yourself from criminal activity or get out of jail free card.
Number 2.
Number 2 is revenge.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Revenge.
Solely for the purpose of
that's
revenge.
That's a real one.
And there's multiple ways you can interpret that,
Yeah.
Revenge on somebody that maybe you think did something to you but you're not sure, and you just want to whatever, or you may know somebody that actually did something physically to, to you or somebody that and you want them hurt, so you go and you want to, use that for that. It's, listen, it's a neutral force and the person that is controlling it can use it for good or bad. So
and they got a choice.
But you have right. And all y'all played a role in those choices, and everybody involved in that and doing that.
Man, listen,
has a certain price to pay for doing that in that manner.
Listen,
and that's how it always has been, and that's how it's always gonna be.
Listen, it's the decision.
It's not what you do; it's how you do it.
Yeah, it's a decision that because I know a lot of times I got people call me and they ask me if I pay you this, could you do this to somebody for me?
Right.
And I'm like, nah. I don't operate like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? The priest has a choice, and I know there's a lot of priests out here that has been approached like that.
Oh yeah.
Can you do something to take them out for me? I'll give you.
Or the the classic, the guy left his lady or whatever with a new lady, and so the ex-wife want to do something to the husband and the new wife, or whatever the case. A lot of domestic, romantic related, situations. Yeah. So that's what we saying is. This is a reason not to, like revenge. That's the quick route. That's the, or B, you got to have patience and go through the process and better yourself and learn the lesson from whatever it is that's happening to you and all of that. Mm-hmm. That's the two ways you can go,
As always, the cultural route is the best route because it's a rebirth process of your mind. Uh-huh. When you embrace African spirituality, African culture, let me say African culture and spirituality, or African culture and its spirituality, when you embrace it, like for a lot of people that, they say they come off the streets, they was in the streets, they lived that life. Now, you wearing African clothes now, you wearing African jewelry and beads and shoes and talking the language, and that changes that mindset, man. African culture is always a way, that way out for our people. Our ancestors, our elders knew that. That's why one of the reasons Oyotunji was built, is because they knew that this is what's going to save our people, But if you come in with the thought because you just want to learn something to take revenge out on somebody, it is.
That ain't what you want to do.
You know
what I'm saying? That's not the way that you want to approach it. Even though that's your first thought, right? Like anger, these are the emotions that come with revenge, right? Anger, that's one of the main ones, and it's can be hard to control that, sorrow, depression, fear, like confusion, all those things seep in. Mm-hmm. Human beings do some things, you know what I mean?
And I think ultimately, like, we have choices.
Yeah.
You have the choice. You can take revenge, but whatever you do is always going to come back. Mm-hmm. That's just how it works, So you have a choice. You have a choice. You can take revenge, but where's that going to get you? So, because again, it goes back to you take an oath. I don't care what Ile you are a part of. You made an oath going into that Ile, and whatever that the traditional practices of that Ile is that you joined. When you enter, you got to follow those rules and those laws. You didn't just come there to learn something to get revenge.
Right. Now,
there's codes of conduct. I hope Ilays have codes of conduct, or Risha Ilays out there have codes of conduct and standards, and you have to uphold yourself when you join this Orisha Ile. That there's things that you gotta follow that's gonna help mold and shape your character. Yeah. So you ain't gotta think about revenge.
Right. And then let me say this too, because there's a difference between revenge and justice. So if somebody has done you an injustice and you need to, help, of course you need to seek that spiritual help to help correct that, that wrong, right that wrong or whatever needs to be done. It's a certain way that you do that. You letting them handle it and take care of the situation accordingly, as opposed to revenge or something quick that you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? It's a different type of thing. So when it's justice, there's help there for you too. If you've been done wrong or if there's been some type of injustice done, there's a certain way that can be handled, you know. But it's, you know, as certain people, when you go to somebody and say, hurt this person for me, or, you know, when you do it in that type of way, those type of people are then going to do it in such a way where you will be implicated. So that's the point, is that you're able to get there's a way to get justice and not face spiritual implications. There's another way to do it through the revenge route, where if you do it the wrong way, you will face, you know, consequences from whatever you decide to do, you know, in that regard. It's like, that's why I said it's not what you do, but it's how you do it.
Yeah, because I mean, I know some people. I mean, you know, I'm sure you know people that, you know, you got calls where it was like, can you do something for me? I'll pay you. I need you to do something to this person. You know, that's the priest. Right now, when you do that, when they do that, they put in that priest. Mm-hmm. You know, that priest has that choice. Say, well, yeah, I'll take the money, or you stand on, you know, righteousness, if you want to say that, and you chose not to do it.
Now, that same situation, you go to the priest or the priestess and you say, I got a lot going on. You could say whatever the situation is, and then you could just say, you know, can you help me to whatever prescription needs to be done, let me do it, you know, because I'm putting my faith in Ifa to help me navigate this. Mm-hmm. Okay, now you can take it and do whatever, and all that'll be covered. Mm-hmm. But if you come, you know what I'm saying, like angry, you know,
yeah, you can't
foaming at the mouth with revenge, and you come and say that down.
You just said something. You said if you come with anger,
right?
If you come with anger,
yeah,
you ain't supposed to. You shouldn't even sit on that mat if you're angry.
Yeah,
you shouldn't even sit down and get a divination if you're coming angry.
You gotta prepare yourself. Get your mind right.
Like, okay, you're gonna
get your Ori together before you're reading.
Yeah, here goes some Omiro, and you're gonna go all out in the back, and you gotta wash your Ori before you come sit down. Mm-hmm. You gotta cleanse yourself. You can't come in angry. Mm-hmm. You know, that's a first, because you know the reading may not turn out the way you coming there for. It's gonna tell you how you need to change your anger. Right. You're angry right now. Right. So that's what's gonna come down.
That's the first thing you need to do.
Right. It's like you need to, and then you need to know what is your heart desiring when you come, before you even get a divination. Like, what are you coming for? Because if you come trying to pretend, the divination is going to reveal who you really are and your reasons why you're really there to get that divination. The old dude gonna tell the priest. If the priest is knowledgeable enough to say, "Oh, why are you really coming? What are you really here for?"
Right.
You know what I mean? So the revenge thing. If you coming with revenge,
yeah.
One of the first things before you join the Ila, you got to get a divination. If the priest is knowledgeable, the priest will know why you are there just by looking at the Odu. It's like you can't. You're gonna have to go somewhere and get your head together before you can enter in this house here, because you carrying too much anger and temperament and emotion. You need to get your head right.
Yeah.
You know, before you do that. So that's I think if you come in with revenge on your mind and heart, and you want the Babalawo or the Babalorisha or Iyalorisha to take your case, it's going to be discovered while you're really there to receive that divination. You know what I'm saying? So I think that part is on on the revenge part, if you coming into African spirituality because you want to get revenge on somebody, I think it's going to be discovered before you can even get anything done with your intentions on it. You know, because I know many times I've done divinations and I'll look at the Odu and be like, okay, so if I saying like, what are you really here for? Because you're lying. Everything you telling me, the Odu, the Dafa is telling me you're lying. And then they just come out with it, the truth, why they really there. So it's like, and a lot of times I've gotten like, you know, could you do something to somebody for me? Or they'll do, this is a good one. Oh, I thought the reading was going to be how I was going to be able to defeat my enemy. Like, you didn't tell me that. Well, yeah, that's why I really came to get the reading because, you know, these guys are trying to do this, that, and the other. You're like, wait a minute, no, this is not how that works. You know, this is not how that works. If I can help guide you and navigate you out that situation, but you got to have it in your mind and heart that you're not going to go back to that situation.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think that's revenge right there. Number 3, don't join for the drip, please.
Join for the drip.
You got to break that down.
Talk about the beads and the laces and stuff. Or just the dapper, the clothes, or the fashion.
Yeah, trying to keep up with a fad, basically. You know,
the dress up, play the dress up.
It's cool. We playing around with the topic, like even if that's what brings you in, and then you know you eventually. But
I think. Shoot, if I wasn't born into this, I'll probably join for the drip. I like the drip. The drip is nice.
See, right now you be draped out.
I'll be draped out.
You may not know too much about what's going on, but I'm gonna be real drippery.
I'll be drip. Yeah.
No, we just playing around with that one, y'all. But on a deeper level, what we saying is don't join for superficial, surfacey type of
things.
Reasons.
Tangible.
Things
you can touch and be like, ooh, this is pretty. Oh, I'm African now.
Yeah.
I got a Iru Kere.
And it's okay, but just try to make sure that you're working towards, something more long term. You know what I mean? Even if that's what draws you in the beginning.
Yeah. I think
everything takes its time.
Yeah. The clothes is part of the drip, I'll say. It's part of our cultural wear and attire. But just as they say, don't dress in the clothes
and then
act like a
that's what we're trying to say.
Like a nigga?
Yeah,
a nigga. Like a nigga.
Don't just throw on the drip and then still doing. You got to move different. Yeah. Or you just, I understand now it's whatever it is, but that's the idea of it is once you start moving like with this and you start putting this on, and it should mean something to you.
Yeah.
It should mean something for you. You should carry yourself differently.
In a different way.
You know what I
mean?
It's
with humility.
Right.
You walk belly.
Right.
You're striving to be an omoluabi. All of
a
those
good
things.
Person, a good human being.
And that doesn't mean, you still as an African man, you got to protect yourself out here too.
Oh, yeah.
So make sure your hand game and all of that is together.
Yeah.
But, carry yourself with pride and, and joy and be humble. Strive to be humble.
Integrity and some dignity, humility, some respect,
Respect, honor.
Those type of things.
Prestige.
Right.
Class.
Elevate.
With class and
best version of yourself.
Yeah.
That's what this is about.
Yeah, so the drip,
You know.
because there's a lot of people out with drip. The most famous drip is the elekes, and it's like you can't, the elekes, those are.
It means something to have it on.
Something you didn't go through that ritual just to go out and do something stupid with the elekes on. It's part of your growth and development, and spiritual understanding.
Right.
So it's not a fad. It's something spiritual. Now, it becomes a fad when you go to the Botanica and buy them and put them on and just wear it for that. That's not a bad thing. Just know it's not spiritual. You just representing the beauty of what it is when you just buy it. But when you go through that spiritual ritual and you receive those elekes, it's not, you can't act stupid or act a fool when you out and about. You got to carry yourself with pride and prestige and you got
all
your
the things.
ancestors behind you.
Banning.
It's like it means something.
Yeah.
So it has a spiritual
It's
connection.
supposed to mean something, right?
Mental and physical, connection to those elekes, when you're wearing them, when you've gone through that ritual ceremony to receive your elekes. It's not drip when you go through it. To me, it's not drip when you go through that spiritual ritual of receiving your elekes. So your elekes is not drip. But if you just buying the elekes out the store, like a lot of people do, they wearing it, that's drip. And that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Just know that it don't have a spiritual connection to it. You just wearing it like it's fashion.
It's
and that's a beautiful thing too.
Yeah.
Represent the culture.
Whole thing about the idea of the elekes being consecrated or anything being consecrated is spiritual purification and the transference of spiritual energy into an object or into the airway, the herbs or whatever it is, the omier or whatever it is,
Yeah, it's sacred. You got a bit of that ashe of that orisha. And so it don't mean when you got your drip with your elekes on that you can go out and shoot up the club.
Right.
And you're going to be okay because I got my elekes on.
Yeah, please don't do that.
You got to pay for that.
Because that's the thing, right? When the elekes are consecrated and put on you, now you are supposed to be and act consecrated to an extent, meaning that, your behavior, your character, whatever it is that you run around doing, you change those things and you kind of tighten up and, get it together and, just be the best version of yourself, basically. It's no judging, no judgment to anybody. I'm talking to everybody, including especially myself first. We all at our different levels, in life with that spiritual journey. So no person, no man, no person can look down on another person because they're at a different place in their spiritual, their spiritual journey or their spiritual walk or whatever, right? If you have any ounce of wisdom, you know that, and that's part of humility. Like you never put down anybody depending on, where you at, because we all are just in different places, in our journey, so it's really just to inspire and to, to educate and inspire and try to help everybody to elevate no matter what level that they're at. But we're addressing it this way because this is a lot of what we, get called people calls, people that need help, whatever, divination and stuff like that. So,
it's okay to, and I get it, when you, get your first divination and, you're excited, you have all of these, questions and everything. And, it's important to know that, like, I always tell people, this get a little deeper than the problem that you're coming with.
Mm-hmm.
IFA is speaking a little deeper on how you're gonna overcome this as well. It's like, this is something that, there's something that your ancestors want you to do.
Mm-hmm.
You're not just here to get, to get something that's gonna draw something material to you.
Yeah.
Don't come. People come with, I got money problems.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, the whole world do. And so it's like, I think a lot of times, like what I hear from people when they come into a diviner to get some understanding of what's going on, sometimes they come with selfishness, and what can you, if I pay you this, can you tell the spirits to give me this? You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
if you just wanted to take people money, you could just, I can't exactly do that, but here's what we can do. Let me break it down for you. Let me explain
what this is about.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, and they don't know that because a lot of times, and it depends on where you are, a lot of times people, they want to say somebody doing something to me.
Yeah.
That's a classic one.
Yeah.
Somebody doing something to me, or somebody that took something from me.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do something to get it back?
Yeah.
Or can you do something to them?
Well, that goes into our next one, which is number 4, fast money rituals.
Yeah, that's a classic one.
Yeah, because that stuff exists, but that's really outside the realm of light. You don't really want to do it that way. There's the proper way to do that is to do your dafa, do your divination, do whatever sacrifices is prescribed. Make sure you address that issue or whatever, same routine, follow the advice, taboos, and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And be up and doing, and as long as you in alignment with your destiny and you doing what you've been blessed to do, that, you can't be like a doctor and you're supposed to be a musician. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be in the right field and doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what you're supposed to be doing within some type of parameters. But you just, once you do that, then you can get a charm or something like that after that to help bring the positive results that you're looking for, money and business wise. That's the right way to do that. Then there's another way to do it that is, and it's videos out there on YouTube that people that go into more detail over in Africa about the fast money rituals and how they're detrimental.
Yeah, it's a lot of fast money rituals out there. You can look up on YouTube and type in fast money ritual.
Yeah,
and they're
it's
gonna
a
show
lot
you
of info.
A whole bunch of fast money rituals. But I think I try to look at everything kind of to the best of my ability, and I need to do better. But I try to look at things from an IFA perspective on things. Like, what's IFA's perspective on money? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What's IFA's perspective on how to attract money? And I always say, well, the Yoruba or Omokarojire concept of being financially stable is working hard.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You got to work hard. So there's, in our culture, it's not a lot of, I don't think our ancestors, and maybe I'm wrong, did a lot of rituals for like money, fast money rituals to get fast money. Or to get money.
Yeah,
quick.
that's kind of an anomaly, kind of an outside. Most people know that type of thing doesn't end well.
Yeah, our people was marketers though. African people, They was just
They
naturally
did it the right way. They appeased their reach or whatever, the jail going, whatever they need to do.
I'm going out to the market. I'm going to IJ and greet IJ and give IJ something. So when I go, then I have a good day at the market.
Yeah.
You know, I think you have to approach it from the physical hard working side, and then say, well, let me do something spiritual to the God of wealth, or the God of opportunity, or the God who's going, or Orisha that's going to open my roads for the day, because I need to go on over here and make this breakthrough. So let me go pour some alcohol in their shoe, tell their shoe what you want, and have faith when you get there that it's going to work out. Yeah, you know, you can do that, but as far as just coming and say, I need to get a read in my money bag. Yeah, can you do a sacrifice and so I can get some money? Because I need some money tonight. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You like, whoa. You know, it don't work like that. Yeah. You know, it don't work like that. So it's not a quick money. You know, don't come into this culture and this spirituality thinking that, okay, all of your financial issues are going to be gone because I sacrificed the bird. And I gave some apple, and you know everything gonna be fine. No, it don't work like that. You know what I mean? It doesn't work like that. Now, your financial situation may change once you start learning and understanding what this is about and start embracing it in its proper way. You will then see your financial situation start to change. You know what I mean?
But not tomorrow, though.
But not tomorrow. You know?
Like,
you know, it's like...
not tomorrow. Not tomorrow.
So this is
Don't call me tomorrow talking about...
Yeah, I shake my shell.
Nothing changed yet.
And I drop some Omi Tutu water on the ground and said a prayer, and then drop some shells, and then gave the Eshu something. And then tomorrow, you know, you're going to wake up and have 50 G's in your account. It don't work like that. Just doesn't. You know.
And this suru babai why?
I said, it's like, you know, this is about this African spirituality to me helps to realign you and helps you to get a better and broader understanding of self. Not only just self, but self, your relationship to your family, your relationship to your community, your relationship to your nation. That's how I look at African spirituality and its principles. And you know, when you're doing rituals are to bring people together, because, you know, really, when you do rituals, you have people there to help with the ritual. Yeah. So it helps to bring unity. You know what I mean? Rituals help to bring unity. You know, let's say you sacrifice a bird to Eshu. That bird is plucked, skinned, is cooked, and then everybody partake of it along with the Orisha. You give the Orisha his portion, and then everybody else eat. You know, it's to bring unity, but. You know, for quick money, nah.
It's just like it just you know, going back to the other thing, right? It's like it's a right way to do it and the wrong way to do it, and that the fast money ritual is not a good way to do it. You know, you gotta. That's the person that wants it now. You know, that's impatient. That doesn't want to. It might not be your time yet, as far as your destiny, as far as how your life goes. You know, some people don't get their wealth until the later part of their years, and they want to rush it, or whatever the case may be. There are negative consequences. It's a temporary fix. It's something to make you feel good right now. It's like, you know, a hit of dope, or hit of whatever you getting high on. Something that's just gonna boom. It's gonna get you good for a while, but when it come down, it's going to come all the way down. It's not going to be good. And people do it anyway.
But human nature says, human nature teaches us that you're gonna have people like that.
I say
That's what they do.
they're always gonna be there.
Go. No, they're gonna go for the rest. They're gonna go for probably the rest of their life to get a quick fix.
Listen.
That's just their,
That's just,
and that's the destiny they may have chose.
Yeah,
is to go through life getting little quick fixes, just getting by. That's when they say, "Oh, you just somebody just trying to get by."
Yeah, it's deep.
You know, it's like this is the thing. This is what they came to the world.
It's all type of
do. You got
people
those
here.
people,
Yeah,
you know. So you're gonna always have people come. I mean, I done had some people call me. I didn't had females call me up and be like, you know, I want to get this. You know, I got three dudes I'm dealing with. One that owns a construction company. One is a lawyer. One is a damn judge. And I'm trying to keep all of them on the leash because they paying me. Sir, can you do something for me to keep them on that leash? Do you need their draws? I'm like, nah, don't do that.
Boss lady, queen,
Like,
ready to do it. Oh, she need to keep that money coming in.
Like, I don't do work like that.
She gonna find somebody that's gonna take her money and do something.
But there's always somebody out there
Somebody
like
that's
that.
gonna do it. Yeah,
You know? And to me, it's like,
that's the way of the world.
if that's what you're looking for, people are looking for stuff like that. Some people out there don't want no culture.
They don't want
They don't want no culture.
They don't want it.
They don't want no culture.
They're not there yet.
So
they're not
they
there
don't
yet.
want- No, seriously.
Yeah.
I had to understand this.
Took you a minute to get that one, huh?
The many people I deal with, some people I'm just like, no, they just not for the culture. Like, they just want what they want.
Yeah.
They want to read.
When they want it.
Yeah, they want to read and they just want to, you know, they'll do their work and everything and they just hold on to, I'm going to get what I want.
Yeah.
When I want it.
Right.
I don't care what the spirit say. Can you not feed that spirit? It worked too fast. It worked too slow for me. There's another spirit I can feed that
Ask
works a
them
little
again.
faster.
Yeah,
and you like, whoa.
who else could we go to? Who out here working right now? We could just
whoa.
no.
Sit.
No, no, and no.
They out there, my brother.
Oh man.
I'm telling you.
Well, we about to roll into this next one, man.
They want the quick
This the grand finale right here.
fix.
Number 5. Top 5 wrong reasons to come into African spirituality. Ego, power, and perceived authority.
Ow.
Damn it, man.
What's the first one?
Lot of mercy. Ego,
Okay, ego. That's a
power,
yes.
and perceived authority.
Yeah.
Man, you gotta lay back on that one
So
for a
you
minute.
saying, yeah, you know, the devotees, you know, you come in as a devotees, but you already have in your plan that, yeah, I'm gonna have me one of these elays. I'm gonna get initiated to E5 and I'm gonna open her.
They coming in, boy. They in they first year. They done all the man.
Yeah.
I can go give Arisha for this much. We gonna do
Yeah, they done
initiation
peeped
for
out
this month.
everything.
We gonna
They done peeped
sell
out how the system
this
work.
for this.
Right.
I'm gonna have an elay. I'm like, whoa, you just
Yeah. I've
boy,
seen it, brother.
You 2 year, you in your second,
listen,
third year. What are we talking about right now?
I've seen it too. It's for the ego of it and the power. Because the thing is, and you know, I'd be like, wow, because some people, you know, they'll come as a elejo. They'll just come regular as a person. They need to get some work done.
client.
Yeah, as a client, they need to get some work done because, you know, they in some trouble or something. And then, you know, they start hanging around the Elay.
Right.
They coming back and forth. They get
Right.
stuff. And, then they get their Elay case, you know, and then they come into Bembe's and, you know,
Might get no Risha.
yeah, guy getting no Risha. Then they grab an Agogo bell and they bell in with the drummers, and then they, you know, you see them around now. And then, You know, they get initiated. And then after that,
next week.
Yeah, probably about 2 weeks. I give it about 2 weeks. You start.
You give them 2 weeks?
No, 2 weeks. You start seeing the Agbada. Like you're not wearing the regular, you know.
Okay.
You not see the fit you got right there? The fit you got on?
Oh man.
They'll get there, and then 2 weeks later you see Agbada. You're like, okay, that's cool.
We got to stop this.
A month later, you're gonna see the you roll 5. Like you didn't got any shit to say 5. Yeah.
Slow down, man.
Slow down.
Take it easy.
Yeah. I guess they look up to that. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
But you got to put in the time and you got to put in the work.
Yeah, I think therapy work is very important. I'm starting to see that before you can even get to the Babalawo, you should have gone through some kind of therapy sessions. But it has to be in an African, it can't be in a Western, you know, the psychology can't come from a Western perspective. It has to come from an African perspective. But I think before you even get to the Babalawo, that the Babalawo should be the last person you get to, because once you get to the Babalawo, you should be ready to receive your hand of Ifa. And if you need to get initiated to Ifa, then you should get initiated to Ifa. But I think they need to go through some type of African psychology, rites of passage, and then come to the Babalawo. That's just my thought on it, you know. And then, but the Ifa priest with Ifa kind of gives them a broad understanding of their destiny.
Yeah,
I think that's why we so need an Igbi Molosha. Because you got people now, and you literally got people that, you know, they like a year. They've been a devotee for a year, and they Ifa priests now, and it's like, I'm not saying that's bad, but you just got off the block a year ago, poisoning the whole community. Now next year, you dappered out with a big Irukere.
Hey, you know, it's just the beginning of a slow progress start. You know what I'm saying?
But it may help some people.
But just the point is, don't do things before you're ready, because you'll cause, you know, just play your position, play your role, just learn for a while, just be humble, just go places and do things and serve and, you know, be a student. You know what I'm saying?
And have some fun and embrace the people.
Yeah.
Embrace the joy and the love and the meeting of new people.
That's right.
You know, that for me, that's the beauty of our culture. That's what I love about the culture. If somebody ever asks me, what do you love about your culture? Meeting new people in my culture. Being able to socialize. Not just, you know, I'm able to throw some clothes on and throw some beads on and walk, you know. No, I enjoy meeting new people, learning new things from new people. You know what I mean? That's the beauty for me.
Yeah. So power. I mean, that can go a lot of different ways, because a lot of people, you know, like you take it back to the Ile thing, they feel like they have a certain power over people, so they come into this. And I'm talking about off the rip, like they coming in with this agenda that they want to, you know, this is their end goal already. They already have some type of, you know, selfish, egocentric type of thing in their mind, that this is why they're coming into this, so they can open the Ile and they can, you know, some people, it's all type of crazy stuff going on out there.
Yeah. It's almost like it's the new hustle.
Yeah, it's hustling.
You know, it's
some people out here trying to pimp.
Yeah, it's like it's the new hustle. They use the authority, or, you know, I'm a priest.
Yeah.
I'm
try to abuse people or whatever they doing.
Yeah,
like
I'm
it's
a
not
batala,
cool.
so I can, you know, you got to do this for me. Or,
Right.
You know, it's like it's almost like it's the new hustle.
Yeah.
The spiritual practices is the new hustle.
Yeah.
You know, it's so that power of wow, it's
power
in
and
that.
perceived authority.
Yeah,
like
it's power in that.
Yeah.
So, and I want some of that. And guess what? It's so easy now to get to that because all I need to do is
But they're
get
looking
some
at the
paper.
initiation. Yeah, that's the ticket right there.
ticket, man.
That's the price
Yeah.
that it costs. That's what they're looking at it like it's an investment. Some people look at it that way, like, I got to pay this much. You know what I'm saying? Get initiated, and boom, I can open the ELA and I can do. But you're not trained. Like you haven't gone through the
there's
years
a lot of people that are not trained
stuff that you got to go through.
that's throwing on puele,
Yeah.
you know, on their
You playing with people's lives out here. So there's a there's a huge consequence to that, to doing stuff like that.
Yeah, it's so the power and authority to me is so, you know, all you got to do is you can buy your title shit. You can buy a king shit now. You can buy, you know.
Oh yeah, it's definitely for sale.
Like, it's easy now, you know.
Yeah.
It's been, you know, and I think that was the fear of our elders who started that this generation will take it there like it's being taken.
Yeah.
It's like they prophesized it. I remember being around a number of one of my elders, and they was like, "Yeah, where this thing is going, you know, I see it's gonna get it's gonna be at this level." You know what I mean? And this is what y'all gonna have to deal with. Like y'all gonna have to deal with that. Like these people are about to commercialize this whole thing, and y'all gonna have to deal with sticking to the truth of it. And here it is.
Yeah.
It's so commercialized now. It's easy to say that I'm a chief or I'm a oluwo of a temple now. It's just so easy to do that, you know. And then people getting all of these. They doing these FaceTime things where, you know, they're having the guys or the whoever over there tell them the ritual to do, and they'll do it for somebody over here. Like they'll FaceTime, and Oluwa will say, okay, do this, and they'll do it and send them some money back like that. It's like you got all kind of stuff going on. But it always goes back to what I'm saying. It's like when it's something that's growing so fast, you got to have some type of control of it. So you got to have some type of council of elders that's going to make sure that this thing is run by some rules and laws and some codes. You got to have codes of conduct to this, so it won't get too far gone and we lose it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We got to get control of it. That's why we need a big Orisha council. It always goes back to that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When we talking like this, it just always go back to we need a council. We got to put a council, a priest together,
council in the school,
and have people in each city, because you know it's I don't know, and it's such a beautiful thing we have, but we gotta have it has to be rules and laws, and people have to be checked. You know what I mean? You got to take control of it to keep it alive and keep it together, because you know it's so easy now, man. It's a business now. It's such it's like, you know, it's like going to the fast food and paying for fast food now. It's like fast initiation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can pay it and get it.
Everything
pay,
quick.
Get it and go.
Yeah.
Pay, get it and go. Not pay
for whatever your purpose is.
For 3 years and study and then go. But no, it's like pay, get it, go.
Yeah.
You know?
And then go where and do what?
Right. Who's going to train you? You know?
Yeah.
The books can't do but so much. You got to have that one-on-one training and that sit down and that in the work of it.
Yeah.
The hands-on, you know?
I say.
So it's really to me, it's really for humans in this is really no power because we are all servants. We here to serve.
I say.
We here to serve.
Yeah, that's the idea.
That's the idea. Are you here to be a better server? And you get rewarded and paid for being a server.
Right. You gotta put in the time and grind and earn the whatever, the title or whatever it is that you are doing or whatever it is that you are trying to portray.
Are you an asset to your family, an asset to your community, and not just to yourself? You know what I mean? I think that's what we are all striving to try to better ourselves in. How to be, we chiefs now. So we can't just say, how can I better myself? You can't even say, how can I better my family? Because you got to say,
our
how
job
can I
is to
better
service
myself,
the community,
my family, and my community.
And the community. That's the job of the chief.
Yeah. And so that's the goal is reach that status. I always talk about those 7-year cycles. I don't care how big and spiritual you are. If you skip some of those
you're gonna have
cycles,
to go back to it.
Or you played around and you skip some of those cycles or you was a shucker and a jiver. And you gotta play catch up. You gotta play catch up, and it's gonna show in your life. So I don't care how many air balls you do. If you skip 21, which is the cycle of your peers and knowing your peers, and you was always fighting with people and acting a fool and damaging your community and being acting up in your family, and you 21 and you reach 28 and you still acting the same. Now you 40, and you still doing stuff like it's gonna be hard for you.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
You can do as many air balls as you want to try to figure out on what happened, but you just missed out on those cycles. You played too much.
Yeah.
So so now it's like, well, maybe initiation to do it.
Yeah. Mike, if you sincere, it can help catch you up. But it is what it is.
It's like, are you going to, it'll help catch you up, but it's going to be hard.
Yeah. You
know what I mean? But you got to change your mind. You got a lot of work to do at that point.
Yeah, it is what it is. Some people choose the hard road, and that's what. Yeah, we all got our own choices. It's all about having that accountability at some point to say, you know what, I messed up. You know what I'm saying? I chose the harder road. I'm ready to do something different now. Yeah. And now,
let's go. If you reach 40, I think you can still say, wow, I did. You look back and say, man, my 21 to 28 cycle, I messed that up. My 35, man, I messed that up. Now I'm 40.
Yeah.
It's going to get a little tough.
Oh, yeah.
Now. But I have the opportunity. Yeah. I got the next 7 years to get it right.
Yeah.
If you focused, and it's going to take a lot of spiritual. You got to do a lot of spiritual work. You got to do a lot of mental work. You know what I mean?
Yeah. A lot of work.
All of that, emotional stuff you got to work out because, that's what it's going to take.
Yeah.
So you can if you work on all of those levels, you can save yourself. You can move to your, what's that? From 42 to 49, you can be prepared.
Yeah, to go into
your cycle.
Yeah,
that next 7-year cycle, and you in alignment.
Yeah, sure.
It's gonna take a lot of oral work done. A lot. Because you carrying
now 49, so by the time you go into 50, maybe you can start to be okay.
Yeah.
You know,
but it takes time.
Yeah.
And you got to do the work. You got to do the work. You can't skip nothing. You can't at that point. 42, and you saying, I'm gonna change my life. I'm gonna get it right. You can't mess up nothing.
Life is unforgiving. You make them
because you didn't spend from 21 to 42 BSing around.
Yeah, running around in a circle.
So you can't afford to miss no more steps.
That's it. Yeah. That's it.
So it's what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
So that power, when we say an authority and stuff like that, you know, it's not going to get you anywhere if you are just coming into this for that. You know, Eshu might give it to you just so you can learn your lesson.
Yeah.
So, you want to be a chief overnight? Okay, we're going to give you that.
Right.
We're going to sell it to you for a cheap price. Mm-hmm. Oh, next you want to be a king? You want to be an Abba? Okay, we're going to give you that. Just all so you can learn the lesson. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
straight out the old do.
Straight out the old do.
These type of stories all the time.
Yeah.
But anyway, we hope y'all enjoyed this episode. Yes. We hope you gained something from it, learned something from it. You know, until next time. Please continue to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for all your support. Go check out the merch. At LetsTalkIFA.com.
www.LetsTalkIFA.com. LetsTalkIFA.com.
Anyway, peace and love, y'all. I am Awo Ifa Jaminire.
And I am Awo Ifa Tegunshe.
And this is the greatest podcast
on the planet
Earth.
Let's
Talk
IFA.
Ashe. Wa. Agbo ato asori wo. Odabo. Ireo.